Hi ladies and gentlemen, today is February 23rd, 2017, and yesterday's video about Lucifer, and his secret weapon, I said, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but then I have second thoughts, and so here we are. Well, I think what I want to do here is tell you, and you're going to hear some background noise. I'm keeping track of some very important things that are going on right now, so I apologize for the distractions of the noise, but I have to do it. Well, when McMasters was given the new National Security Advisor position, I was uncomfortable. I'm trying to allow, in my mind, Donald Trump to make all the decisions that are necessary, and I've said I'm not going to try to second guessing. But I put out on a tweet a while back, and I may have even included it in a video, where I talked about how unwise it is to keep picking these flag officers for these positions. I honestly don't believe you can find a flag officer, a general or an admiral, that is not tainted by the military-industrial complex and the deep state. That's my estimate of the situation. I don't think it's possible. They go through the war colleges, the Naval War College, etc., and they're indoctrinated in New World Order things, not in the Constitution, not in the rights of the people of the United States, and not anything but how to in a surreptitious manner forward the plans of the New World Order. That's really what it's about. Now, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but not all of them are compromised, even though they learn these things. My point is this, okay? If they have not been officers purged by Obama, then they're suspect. And even if they have been, we have to be very careful. So what I've suggested is that a very good intelligence officer at the field grade rank, probably not a major, but lieutenant colonel and colonel, and I'd even be concerned about colonels because they've probably gone through the war college. And to be selected for 06, captains in the Navy, colonels in the other services, you're already kind of selected because of what, not really how patriotic you are to the Constitution and that, but your willingness to go along with the program, if you understand what I'm saying. So I have a lot of reservations about 06s and above getting in this position. We just have to get away from the idea, and I just beg POTUS to do this, get away from the idea that he needs people in those positions that have managed large organizations. That's not what he needs. Not for National Security Advisor. He doesn't need that. He needs somebody that's well versed, and has been in the field and done these things. So I just wanted to leave you with that first of all, and then comment on the thing that really set me off today. Matt Bracken and Paul Sperry, I guess it was Paul Sperry, had it up. Here's McMasters talking about the same things we've heard from Obama and from Clapper, etc., about, Islam isn't the problem, okay? Well, I've made videos about the problem with Islam, and I want to give you a little history on this, okay? What these guys are trying to do, or claim they do, although I think by the CIA and the intelligence community, it's been manipulated to influence the takeover of the New World Order, okay? I honestly believe that. I think all the evidence is there. But what they see, what they're trying to promote, is the idea that Islam can be reformed, okay? It cannot be. But the thing historically they're looking at, if they're being honest, and I don't think they are, but if they're being honest, the thing that they're looking at is what happened during the Jewish revolt in the first century. Okay, I can't give you all the details about the historical aspects of this in the short time on this tape, but I want to tell you that what occurred was there was a movement called Messianism. Most of you will know what that is. What you probably don't know is the word Kanaim, okay? The Kanaim were the Zealots. A lot of them associated with what we know as the Dead Sea Scrolls and Qumran community, but they were throughout Palestine at the time. They were assassins. They would kill, you know, corroborators with the Romans and the Romans also. All right, but it wasn't the same as what Islam does. They weren't trying to force conversion. They were just trying to get these invaders out of their land. Big difference. In Yavna, after the defeat of Jerusalem and the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD, and then also the situation at Masada, there was the Roman effort to reform Messianism and Kanaim, the Zealots, who were also known as Sicarii, by first of all slaughtering all of them, and then any that were left, reforming them into what became known as traditional Christianity. And that's going to upset a lot of people, but that's just the historical fact. Along with that, there was the Council of Yavna. Go look it up. That was Romanizing Judaism. And it really wasn't Judaism at the time. It was, well, it was starting to become Rabbinic Judaism, but this thing in Yavna, you know, pretty much speeded it up. Prior to that, it really was Israel. It was the idea of the Israelite laws. Well, my point is this. The Romans succeeded in reforming what we now know as Christianity from its rather violent roots, and a lot of people say, no, that's not true. Okay, I've studied this for a long time. Go read, for instance, Dr. Robert Eisenman's book, James the Brother of Jesus, or the New Testament Code, or go look at any number of other people. Ruth Altman from Jerusalem University. You can talk about a lot of people with these things. I've done all that homework. I have some credentials in that regard. So they tried to reform, and they were successful, the original form of Christianity into a Romanized version that could be accepted throughout the empire, and two, Judaism. These guys today think that if they're really motivated to do this, and I don't think this is the real reason, but if they're trying to say they're trying to, you know, accept Islam because it's reformable, you know, we don't want to classify everybody. You have to understand that there's a fundamental difference between Judaism and Christianity. I'm not talking about the Talmud, okay? I'm talking about Torah, Tanakh, and the New Testament. There's a real difference between reforming that and reforming Islam. Islam is not reformable. It is impossible. You cannot reform it because the Orthodox position required in the Quran requires you to kill the enemies of Islam, meaning those who don't believe. I mean, I could make it more complicated than that, but that's really what it comes down to. If you refuse to believe, then you should be killed under the Quran. I don't care who tries to argue. I'll go anywhere and argue this with anybody. Pam Geller's got it right, okay? The fact of the matter is, it's unreformable. You can't do it. So whether or not we want these people to be our enemies, the religion is a political ideology disguised as a religion, and it is not reformable because the basic tenets of its orthodoxy are violent. Now, yes, there were violent things in the Bible, but go find it. There is no place in there where belief was a reason to kill somebody, a lack of belief. As a matter of fact, normally they weren't out for conversions. They didn't want to convert people. The initial, you know, Israelites, Jews, as you know them. That changed a little bit in Christianity, and I don't want to get into that right now. It'd be too long. But you have to understand that Islam is not reformable, and I just have to say that. So we're being tricked. Again, we're being lied to, or they're ignorant and incompetent. And I can't believe they're ignorant or incompetent at the highest levels of this intelligence community, including McMasters. So it's got to be complicity with the program of the New World Order. Let's see if I have anything else to bring up. I see I have a little bit more time in the 15 minutes for this video, so I'm kind of breaking in here, and then you can take it on to the end. This is really an addendum. It's very important right now, and this, I'm sending this out to everybody, obviously. I'm even going to tweet all of this out. Look, James O'Keefe and Project Veritas is coming at the MSM and the New World Order and the Deep State from one avenue of approach. InfoWars at another. Roger Stone at another. Steve Pachinik at another. Paul Sperry from another. Tucker Carlson from another. You see what I'm saying here? We have all these people, and there's some coordination between them, but I'm going to ask, I wish I could do this, but obviously, you know, I'm not the guy to do this. Someone needs to consolidate all of these efforts into a central collection facility, a central collection intelligence forum, where all of this can be put together and sorted and presented to President Trump, to patriots, to the internet, very similar to the way James O'Keefe is now bringing this information out, and Alex Jones has in the past. But we need a central clearing facility, central clearing house, where all of this can be brought together and looked at and analyzed and then presented in a unified way to show what's going on with the deep state, CIA, the New World Order, all of these things. So I'm putting that out as a formal request. Personally, I think Dr. Steve Pachinik would be excellent at this. If Colonel Anthony Schaefer was up to it, he would be another person. I don't know, but I know Alex is getting attacked with his Alex Jones and InfoWars, where they're cutting off his basically his financial resources, and this is going to happen to a lot of people across the board, a lot of these organizations. So a central clearance facility is very, very important right now, and I think it's absolutely important. It's kind of the next step in the platforms. And yes, there are going to be some people who are going to be jealous of this. Oh, you know, and I'm not going to name who, but yes, it will create some problems. But if we really do want to defeat these people, this is something that has to be done. There has to be an organization at least at that level. Okay? Just interjecting that quickly. Real quick, Project Veritas and the CNN leaks. Very important. Yes, we all have to go on the offensive and go after these people in the mainstream media who are nothing else but shills for the CIA and the intelligence communities that are trying to take over everything outside of our Constitution, which they've basically destroyed anyway. All right, maybe there's some more things I could cover in some more detail, but I just wanted to get this out real quick today. I'm sorry that I'm not getting into the details, but historically, it's very, very complicated, and there's a lot of information, but I think I've given you the summary of what's happening. Bottom line, you cannot reform Islam the way early Christianity and Judaism were reformed by the Roman Empire to make it palatable to the rest of civilization. It is